everybody, it's Christine. It is day 25 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. Today's sketch is by Scrappy Adam. He does have YouTube and Instagram. And what he's got going on here is I'm going to call this 4 pattern papers. And then I'm going to call this, of course, 3 photos, this title that goes around the corner. It looks like he's, I'm going to guess, like mixed media type stuff. That I just had an idea. I may have to go and see about it. And a couple of embellishment clusters. And then maybe some journaling across the bottom here. So what I pulled out, and I've decided to do something a little different. I don't usually do anything like this, but I've seen it done, and I thought it was kind of maybe a neat opportunity because these pictures are kind of staggered like this. I have taken the same picture and made 2 black and white versions and then a colored version. So I'm kind of thinking like this. I think this might be kind of neat. Basically, I'll tell you about the picture in a minute. The pattern paper, or the collection I've kind of pulled out here, is this Jen Hadfield. I have a paper pad. It's Jen Hadfield's Reaching Out. And I pulled it out because I have this paper pad and there's multiple papers and I don't want to gut it. So that's what we're doing. And I'm thinking these are the ones, I went through the pad and I think these are the ones I'm going to use. I mean, this little heart globe thing I wouldn't suggest is necessarily 100%, but the other patterns were just either too small or they just didn't seem to do right. I'm going to double check myself one more time, but I think this is what I'm going to have. And then I have to figure out the other pieces. I had tons of little, I say tons. I got ephemera here. I have some of its peaceful heart and not just reaching out, because I do have this. But the problem, I do have this thing. I do like this because, again, I'll tell you about the picture during the voiceover. But I'm thinking I can use some of this all together. So that's what I'm starting with. So let me do a few cut. I'm going to double check my patterns one more time. But I'm thinking this is what I'm going to stick with. And then I'm going to cut it down. And I'll come back on in a minute. All right? Talk soon. Hey, guys. Quick check-in. I haven't actually done a lot, although it kind of looks like I'm, in my mind, I look like I'm 3/4 of the way there. I took the papers that I was talking about. I took out the little heart globe paper. I just felt like the patterns weren't being separated enough. So I actually took white cardstock. And I have put it in between. I haven't glued anything down yet. But I put it in between. So I cut the white cardstock, the first layer, the biggest layer here, at 11.5, and then I did this at 11 and a quarter, and then this one is at 10 3/4, and then this one's at 10 1/4. So that's where I'm at. And then the photos I've just mounted. I had this piece of scrap bluish paper here that kind of goes, you know, with the blue here. It's in the collection, obviously. And I've just mounted those or matted those, and then I did go ahead and scuff the edges because it was kind of on the edge where the little bordery strip thing is, and it had a tiny little bit of perforations, and I go, well, I'm not going to do anything with that. I'm just going to scuff it. So I thought about mounting it on white cardstock as well, but then I felt like it was kind of pulling too much out of it, so I didn't care for it too much. So I think I am going to put this one up on foam. So this will come down, and then I'm going to put this one on foam. Here is my thinking here. I need to bring that up so it's kind of matching. So I'm going to start gluing stuff down and put that on foam, and then I got to start pulling out I got to figure out the mixed media piece. Oh, I know what I got to do. I don't think it's going to work, but, oh, you know what I may do is washi tape. It's not mixed media, but I can use that. So I'll need to pull something out for that, but I'll be back on in just a second. All right, gang, so I have glued all the papers together, and I have glued my photos down, and I did put foam up underneath the color one. And then as I was kind of sorting through my scraps over there for this collection, I forget what I was doing now, to be honest with you. I was sorting through them. I found these hearts, and I think I used some dies to cut those out some time ago. I, honest to God, do not remember when I did this or what, but I was like, oh, look at that. They're kind of perfect and can be taking the place of the stars. So I pulled those out, and they're just going to get pasted down there, and it's a perfect little set of things for the stars replacement there. So the little hearts worked out perfectly. So I've got those, and then I'm going to pull this washi tape out here. I did look at a couple of different washi tapes. I ended up with this kind of green pattern one here. Now, granted, the one on the sketch shows kind of it's called the mixed media to the outside of the squares. And because my washi tape is what it is, and I didn't want it to go funny on the layers, I'm going to put that to the inside. So I'm going to have a little bit different scale, I guess, in some ways. It's not terribly sticky washi. It must be a little bit old. I probably need to go through my washies and just kind of test all of them, because I've got some in a tub that I think I've had for I don't know how many years, but okay, so I've got my little washi tape down. Now I'm going to go into this ephemera box here, and I'm going to kind of sort through. I don't really need a lot, but that lower right corner of the photograph, it calls for something. So I'm going to sort through this. There's a lot of little florals and things, and then there's some phrases, but they don't really go. My vision, so I'll tell you about the pictures real quick as I'm sorting through. So this picture is my daughter, of course, on crutches with a big old knee brace on there. This is the day after she had an ACL repair. So the ACL is your knee. She played soccer for, I think I've said this before, like 18 years, something like that. She did not hurt her knee playing soccer, though, y'all. My daughter is a good-sized girl. She's like 5'11". She was 165, 170 pounds, something like that. I mean, she was solid muscle, biggest kid on the field usually. So nobody really ever messed with her in the sense she didn't get knocked down or nothing like that. So she was pretty uninjured her entire soccer career. So the 2 days before the last day of her junior year, so she actually had a scholarship and everything already. So last 2 days of the school year, they were playing powder puff football. And y'all, she hopped up. She tackled the quarterback. She hopped up to give somebody a high five and landed just so wrong and tore her ACL. And she was devastated. So this was the day after her surgery. Now, I will tell you, a guy ran into us at the bookstore. We were going to the bookstore, and he asked her, oh, what happened to you or whatever? And she said, I had ACL repair yesterday. He goes, yesterday? That man turned to my husband and says, your daughter is one tough cookie. So the point of this layout is just to kind of celebrate the fact that, you know, she kind of did, she overcame this thing. I mean, you know, it's an injury, and she had 9 months of rehab, y'all. So the little phrases I'm cutting out right there was on a cut-apart card, and it says, oh gosh, now I'm not looking at it, but it was like basically what you go through, you grow or something like that. So I thought that was really appropriate. I didn't need the plant, so I cut that out, but I did like that. Now I'm going to put all this down, and y'all, I'm going to end up looking and going, oh, I forgot to tell you. So on the right-hand side, in the lower right, I ended up with a little card that says just B or something like that. And then yes, you can is on the little circular part. So that's just the little pieces I do there. I think I bring in one more little thing. I don't do a ton of embellishment on there because, you know, it didn't really call for a lot. And then I don't have a lot of space. Well, I guess I should say I have a lot of space, but I didn't really want to add too much down there. So I'm going to put that little guy up on foam. I also put a little bit of the pieces of the word phrases. I had put a little bit of foam behind the edges that are kind of hanging off the photo that had the foam underneath it. So I'm going to get in my little set over here, and I'm going to be, this may be a little bit sassy in some ways, but there's these little snails on here. And I can't imagine any other time I'm going to use these. But she did move like a little snail, you know. She was on crutches and stuff. She didn't move terribly fast. So I thought it'd be funny to use the snails on this layout here. So that's why I got those snails. The butterfly, of course, is because she's, you know, it's girl and it's kind of feminine and stuff. And it's just kind of a pretty little embellishment. So I got that. And then I'm going to pull out, what have I got here? Oh, the word breathe. I'm kind of messing with that over there, but I'll actually end up, no, that's not what I have there. Y'all, I can't see it. I'm so sorry. But, oh, it's florals. I stick a little florals up underneath here. I'm so sorry. I couldn't see it's up underneath the recording thing. But I did stick a few little floral pieces there. And then this is that word breathe. I'm trying to figure out where I want to put it. And I'm putting it right there. And I'm just kind of filling in those little, you know, bits and pieces of things. I stick a floral right there. And that's all I'm going to kind of do in that way. I think I do bring in like a little gold heart in a minute. But it's going to be just a minute. I do not know what I'm cutting foam for right there, y'all. Oh, the butterfly, the end of the wing. I'm so sorry, y'all. I've slept since, no, I haven't slept, actually. It's been awake, but it's been a few hours since I did this. Here's where I'm going to pull a few of these little hearts out. So I just pull a couple gold hearts, and I find a little peach heart, and I just kind of tuck those in. Again, I'm honestly just trying to use some of these stickers, too. And so then I decide, you know what, I am going to add a little mixed media. So I run over and get my Lindy Stamp Gang, and I get a little bit of gold, and I'm going to sprinkle this around. And I like how this looks. It's real subtle. It's not in your face gold. It's kind of a shimmery gold. And because I got the little gold hearts and there's a little gold foiling on the heart paper, I think it looks real pretty. And I think I'm done, y'all. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, I'm done. And then I don't know what made me do it, but I think I looked at the sketch one more time and I realized, holy cow, I forgot the title. So in the upper left, I've decided, here's my title. It's Stronger Than Ever. And I pulled out little small, it's a little smaller letters than the sketch might suggest, but I wanted to have it kind of go around the corner and spell out this Stronger Than Ever. I will need to adjust my stronger. He's not far enough toward the end there, so I'm going to have to bring that up. And again, I'm kind of just, I'm just kind of paying a little bit of an homage to the fact that she kind of went through this. And again, it was, 9 months of rehab, and she'd had her scholarship, but it was absolutely at risk if she didn't get well. Her college money would have been a problem. So the fact that she went through all this just amazes me to this day. And she had, you know, overcame so much as it relates to it. So Stronger Than Ever is my title there. And then that is all I'm going to do this layout, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. It didn't actually take me as long as I thought it might either. It was kind of a quick layout. So great sketch. We will see you tomorrow. Don't forget to check out the playlist. And I am posting these on Instagram at Scrapping Harden if you want to go check them out there. And we will see you then. Bye.